This is WWE 2k20 Universe Mod. I'm BrendenPlayz, and we've got an episode of Smackdown for you. We're going to kick it off with a match straight away as the modern day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal, on his way to the ring. And tonight on the episode of Smackdown, we're going to be focusing on the upcoming Royal Rumble, getting a bit of an idea of who are some of the favourites heading into the Rumble, who are maybe some of the underdogs, perhaps a Jinder Mahal, for example, that are flying under the radar a little bit and are looking to impress us in their last few opportunities to get some wins under their belt heading into the big event. Jinder's opponent tonight, well, this is a man who has been in great form. This is a man that I think has to be up there in consideration as one of the favourites on the Smackdown side of things. Jinder Mahal will have a tough opponent tonight because it is Drew McIntyre. He's got the size to match up with anybody in the match. He's got the agility as well to kind of keep up when he needs to with some of the smaller guys. But most importantly, he's got the size and power, the strength to throw anybody over the top of the rope whenever he needs to. And because of his size factor, he's also going to be very difficult to get over the top of the rope himself. So Drew McIntyre ticks a lot of boxes. And if you want to go off recent wins and losses, McIntyre's been on a roll. Recently taken from Raw over to Smackdown on the Superstar Shake-Up. And he was having some good success on Raw. And since coming to Smackdown, he has been very impressive as a big start for Drew. No, Jinder shutting it down. But history between these two, back in Season 1 of Universe Mode, a long time ago now. These two men, of course, part of the 3MB, which you wonder why Drew McIntyre's record wasn't so great. His win-loss record we're talking about. It pretty much was because 3MB did suffer quite a lot of losses back in Season 1. McIntyre still trying to recover from that tough start to this day. But he has obviously done really well in recent times. We know that he's in great form. And Jinder Mahal, well, he's been teaming up with a few different names over the last few months, trying to find his way in a tag team division. Teaming up with Rusev most recently, of course, part of the Bulgarian Maharajas, which is not a bad little team going on right now, but Jinder obviously having Royal Rumble aspirations himself, focusing on the big upcoming match and wanting to get a win here tonight to prove himself worthy of at least a spot in the match. My goodness, did you see the strength of McIntyre? Jinder's not a small man at all. Incredible from Drew. So, you know, this is an opportunity to get a win and earn yourself a spot in the match because it's not guaranteed. And there's a pile driver there from Drew. It's not guaranteed. Wins are crucial. And the winner of this one, well, we're not going to say he'll get a spot in the Rumble. You know, our SmackDown General Manager, which of course is Edge, he's got to sit down and he's got to allocate spots in the Rumble to different members of his SmackDown roster. And if Drew McIntyre picks up a big win here tonight, or Jinder Mahal, of course, then obviously that's going to give them, you know, a much higher chance of getting picked to be one of those allocations. Jinder with a big forearm strike is now a death press by McIntyre. Big right hands onto the jaw of Jinder. And Jinder's not got a bad record, to be fair to him. He's had some moderate success over the last few months, so, you know, whilst we haven't seen him succeed all that much as a singles, you know, I think he's excelling a little bit as a tag team guy. I think that's kind of where his spot will be. As we mentioned, obviously, Royal Rumble, yeah, it's an interesting match. Anything can really happen. You just need to get the right number, really. The luck of the draw, as they say. But, right time, right place. Jinder Mahal can enter as number 30, and he might be able to sneak his way into a win. Or he might come in at number 1 and surprise us all and just dominate. It's just one of those very unique, dynamic matches. You just don't know what to really expect. I know one of these two men will be in the matchup you feel, and obviously both men having plenty of size about them. They're going to be tough to get over the top of the rope. They're going to be a tough force to be reckoned with. Well, later on tonight in the episode, we're going to see Randy Orton versus Kofi Kingston one-on-one. We're also going to see some of the women competing, Zelena Vega and Mandy, two women we haven't seen too much of here in action here in Universe Mode. We're going to get a chance to see both of them competing tonight against one another. As, of course, the Women's Royal Rumble, we start to take a look at some of the different names that are going to be in the Royal Rumble as a incredible kick out by Drew. And, of course, Kofi Kingston and Randy Orton later on tonight. No doubt, two men who both want to be in the Royal Rumble. Two men that, you know, as we said with Drew McIntyre, perhaps some of the favourites heading in based off recent form. So that'll be a big matchup later on. Looking forward to that one. As Jinder Mahal left the ring, and you could see he was quite visibly frustrated that things aren't going his way. So Jinder Mahal starting to get a little bit frustrated here. I think he's got to just calm down a little bit and get refocused. As McIntyre, look out! Future Shock DDT! Oh no, that could be it right there. The hook of the leg, Jinder's down. And that's it. McIntyre takes advantage of Jinder Mahal's lapse of concentration. He left the ring. He was frustrated that things weren't going his way. And he's made a big mistake. Gone out of this match. 1, 2, 3 with a Future Shock DDT. McIntyre picks him with... Jinder Mahal thought right here, I'm going to steal the match. I'm going to win it right there. He was frustrated. McIntyre said, you know what? Let me take advantage of that. Future Shock DDT. Game over. McIntyre wins. And, well, we said that he's got to be one of the favorites from the Smackdown side of things. And I'm going to double down on that. McIntyre, incredibly impressive tonight. I tell you what, if McIntyre draws a good number in the Royal Rumble, he might go on to win the whole thing. He is looking fantastic. Plenty more where that came from as well tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as we're going to see Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel taking on AOP in tag team action. Sasha Banks will take on Dana Brooke one-on-one. Good chance to see how they'll fare. Rusev and Sami Zayn one-on-one as well. Good contest there between those two potentially. 8-man tag team matchup as the Usos, Benjamin and Cruz team up to take on the OC and Harper and Rowan. And a match we mentioned a moment ago, Sonya Deville will be in Mandy Rose's corner as she faces Zelena Vega. And of course, Andrade will be in Zelena's corner. We'll talk about Andrade a little bit more later on as well. The New Days, Kofi Kingston against Randy Orton one-on-one in our main event. Two of SmackDown's top dogs battling away. AOP too good for the B team. They pick up a win. Sasha Banks defeats Dana Brooke. Sami Zayn gets a win over Rusev. A crucial win for Zayn, getting a bit of confidence. Usos and Benjamin and Cruz, maybe a bit of an upset with a win there. Well, a chance to check out some of the women in this one and see where they're up to in their Royal Rumble aspirations. Mandy Rose on her way to the ring. Mandy Rose, well, you know, wins and losses aren't exactly going all that well for her, but I think ever since she's got herself a fully fledged SmackDown contract, the confidence is starting to grow, and she's getting better and better each time we see her in the ring. 4 wins to her name, which obviously isn't great going, but I think that's going to grow. I think that number is a work in progress. I think she knows that, and she just needs to keep at it, get herself in prime position. And you never know, Royal Rumble, as we said, could be the night that she just breaks out and becomes a megastar. With a win like that, it certainly would make that happen. Zelena Vega on her way to the ring. We haven't seen her too much in the ring so far in Universe mode, and, well, we're going to bring up her number in a second. It's not exactly all that good going. Andrade will be in her corner as well, and here it is. 0 wins. Yep, she's never won a match in Universe mode. Now, to be fair, she's only had 4, so not too bad, but no wins to Zelena so far. She wants a spot in the Royal Rumble. As far as I'm concerned, she has not done anything to prove that she deserves that yet. So this is a really crucial win for her. Andrade's come to SmackDown. He's brought Zelena with her. And Andrade so far having success. Zelena, not so much. So this is a crucial match for her. If she's going to get her career going, this is the top match that she must win. Otherwise, she will find herself on the sidelines watching on. Mandy Rose and Zelena both desperately need wins tonight. Who will get it? We'll have to find out, as Zelena with a good start there. Bats in the face of Mandy into the canvas. Sonya Deville ringside as well as Andrade, so that'll probably play a strong part. I think both, you know, Sonya and Andrade will probably look to get themselves involved in the match. You can't really trust either of them. Two women that, well, as we said, trying to find their way and trying to get their careers going. Mandy Rose so far showing a little bit more promise overall compared to Zelena, but you know, that could all change right here. And they both have one thing in common: they both like gold, clearly. So championship gold will be the aspiration at the Rumble, and we said, hey, she's probably going to get herself involved, and Sonya Deville didn't take too long immediately having a chat to Zelena, trying to help out her tag team partner and good friend, Mandy Rose. And Mandy working away on the arm, then slaps her in the back of the head. Why not? This probably won't be the most technical match or, beautiful match you'll ever see in your life, but what it will do is just kind of give us a bit of an indication of where both of these two women are at. Obviously we talked about Royal Rumble spots. The women's Royal Rumble will probably have even less spots compared to the men. So that just means that there's going to be even more limited opportunities for the women compared to the men. And that means only the best of the best will most likely compete in the Rumble. So it's going to be very, very tough to get a spot in the Rumble and obviously win the Royal Rumble as well. If you're going to want a spot in the Royal Rumble, you have to prove yourself. You have to get wins. Zelena can't just walk in there and get herself a spot when she's got 0 wins to her name. Well, speaking of the Royal Rumble, on the next episode of NXT, we're going to see ourselves a fatal 5-way that will determine who out of the NXT men will earn 1 spot in the Royal Rumble. So a winner of the fatal 5-way will get themselves a spot in the Royal Rumble. Big news for NXT getting themselves that spot there. And big news for whoever wins that matchup, getting themselves a chance to become the WrestleMania headliner. Mandy Rose too busy playing up to the crowd right now rather than focusing on Zelena, but she's in control of this matchup. Mandy's doing it pretty easy right now, to be fair. Knee right into the back of Zelena. Mandy Rose looking really good. Zelena's got to try and find something. Dig deep here. We know that limited experience for Zelena, that's a big issue, but Mandy Rose hasn't got a wealth of experience either. Both women, still, as we said, finding their way. And the shoulder into the jaw of Mandy Rose. Zelena fighting back now. This is a chance for her to get back into it. Andrade get to play a part here. And we spoke about Andrade early on, but I got to say Andrade, we talked about guys flying on the radar, talk about maybe a smoky pick, as I would like to say, a guy that you wouldn't expect to win the Rumble, but has a good chance, potentially. I think that's Andrade. He's come to Smackdown from NXT. He's had a good start. No one's been able to beat him yet. And I think Andrade might be one of those guys that just to keep your eye on in the Royal Rumble. You never quite know. Zelena missing. And Mandy Rose caught all that clothesline. Nicely executed. Now the kick to follow it up. This is better for Mandy. Obviously you want to build a bit of a combination and continue the offense. And that's something that some of the, the lesser experienced superstars, they struggle with. They'll hit a big move and they'll just let their opponent recover. Mandy Rose trying her best right now as Zelena shuts it down. She was trying her best to keep the offense going, but Zelena with a Hurricane Rana now heads to the top. Zelena trying to win this thing. She turns around, moonsault off the top, lands down on Mandy Rose, follows it up with a splash into the cover. Trouble for Mandy, but she'll kick out. Well, I'll put a question here. Should she have just gone for the cover after the moonsault? I think so. Wasted a little bit of time. The splash was not effective enough to keep Mandy down for long. There's an STO. So now, has this match slipped away a little bit? Is Andrade having a chat to Mandy? Helping out his business manager, Zelena Vega. Running Bulldog there by Zelena, and now looking to get Mandy up. And another face buster. But Zelena struggling a little bit here. Doesn't wrestle all that much, so clearly stamina is a bit of an issue, and she's struggling just a touch right now. Mandy Rose, the stronger of the two, trying to get herself back into it, but Zelena's doing everything she can to keep this in the favor of herself right now, but you can see she's just a step behind. A little slow, a little sluggish. Gonna try and pick it up. Mandy with the counter there, and now Mandy getting Zelena up, wraps her up. Oh no, look out, Mandy Rose! That was made of gold. That could be the move that seals the deal and gets her a spot in the Royal Rumble. Mandy Rose picks up the win. Win number 5 in Universe Mode for Mandy, and it may be the most important to date. She's a full-fledged SmackDown superstar now after moving up to SmackDown completely. No longer a part of NXT, and she knows that the pressure is on to really step it up and hang with the best of the best. Get wins, beat other superstars. Well, tonight she's done that. Picked up a win over Zelena. and Mandy Rose. You know, I don't think she's a favorite. I probably wouldn't say that I could see her winning. You never know, but what she has done is give herself a chance to at least be a part of the Rumble match. Well, we've been joined here by Sami Zayn, who's backstage. Sami, the Royal Rumble is coming up. What are your thoughts about the Royal Rumble, and do you think as though this could be your chance to get yourself back in the spotlight? Well, around about this time of year, everybody starts thinking about their New Year's resolutions, what they want to do for the new year. Well, instead of thinking about the future, I've been reflecting on the past. I've been reflecting on what happened to me in the past season here in Universe Mode. I reflect on the night where I beat Roman Reigns to successfully win the WWE Championship all the way back at Payback. I reflect on that night because that was the night where I proved to the world that I was good enough to be a star. But on that night, it was all taken away from me. I made Roman Reigns tap out. But Roman Reigns decided to attack me, take everything away from me, hurt me, injure me, put me on the shelf. And ever since then, I have hated Roman Reigns more than I could ever say with words. I hate Roman Reigns so much. I have done everything I can to try and get my revenge on Roman. But I realize I've become so obsessed with Roman Reigns, I haven't been focusing on myself, and when Roman Reigns injured me, I realized how much being the WWE Champion truly meant to me. I wanted to come back and give everything I had to win that championship back, and whilst it has not happened yet, I truly believe that I'm not too far away. Roman Reigns took it all away from me, but the Royal Rumble is an opportunity to get it all back. The last few months, I've been out of the spotlight. I've struggled a little bit. I haven't been my best. My mind hasn't been clear. I haven't been on the right path. But the right path is through the Royal Rumble. If I can win the Royal Rumble match, I will go on to headline WrestleMania and have my chance at redemption. And physically, I cannot be a favorite for the Royal Rumble, but I can tell you this now, I have got the heart of a champion. If I enter in at number 1, I'm not afraid. I don't care which number it is, just put me in the match, and I'll be ready to go. The Royal Rumble is going to be everything for me. This is my last chance. This is going to be my night to finally accomplish my dream, and that is to prove to everyone that I belong at the top. Well, clearly Sami Zayn, very animated, realizing how big of an opportunity the Rumble is for him. As the New Day about to arrive to the ring. Kofi Kingston in action against Randy Orton. And these two men do not like each other one bit, but certainly a big opportunity for Kofi. 81 wins to his name. He's currently tag team champion in the New Day. Xavier Woods, though, has been doing the bulk of the tag team work, but Kofi got the championship belt around his waist here tonight to perhaps give him a bit of a boost up, a bit of a thought that he is, of course, a champion, and continue to focus on being a champion at the top. Kingston never been a world champion here in Universe Mode, and over the last few months he has been determined to break out as a single star. And I've got to say, Kofi's had some impressive performances. Whilst he hasn't picked up wins, he hasn't been far away from truly letting everybody know that he is good enough to be a top guy. Tonight, one of the toughest battles he'll face, Randy Orton, who was scheduled to face Daniel Bryan not long ago, but obviously that match did not happen. Well, Randy still gets his Smackdown main event. Instead, it's against a man who is trying to take that Royal Rumble win away from him. Randy Orton has won a Royal Rumble in Universe Mode. In fact, it was the first Royal Rumble of the series. Randy Orton, he won it. Well, Randy entered himself number 30 in that night to win it, so Randy had the right idea, but obviously Orton hasn't had that type of success since around about Season 2. So it's been a long time between drinks for Randy Orton as a world champion, so the Rumble obviously is his chance. And we saw his win-loss record a moment ago. It's not all that pretty. Randy spent a few years struggling to pick up singles wins, obviously returning back to the tag division, having a lot of success there. But the last season here in Universe Mode, he has been solid. And I know Randy Orton might have a bit of a target on his back after hitting the RKO on Insurgents on his last night on Raw. He took out Samoa Joe and others on that night. So if Insurgents and Randy Orton meet in the Rumble, well, look out. Randy could be in some trouble. That might be his major downfall. And that's one thing you don't want heading into the Royal Rumble. You don't want enemies. You don't want to have a target on your back by anyone, because if you get double team, triple team, you name it, you're in big trouble. Really, it's every man for themselves. And if you've got someone who's got an ally in there, for example, if all 3 members of the New Day are in the Royal Rumble at the same time, well, 1, they could decide to throw each other at the top of the rope, or 2, they could team up to eliminate everybody else and make things a lot easier for themselves. Kingston, oh, nice counter. He suckered Randy Orton into the corner and hit him with a kick. Nicely executed there by Kingston. This is a big night for Kofi. Again, he's trying to prove himself to be a main event material superstar after floundering away in the middle of the card for a long time. Have obviously lots of success as a tag team competitor, but no real major success at the top as a main event level superstar. That's where Kingston's trying to change all that. He's trying to change the perception of himself. Nice DDT. And that's what he needs to do tonight with a win. Obviously, a win tonight might pretty much guarantee him, I would say it would guarantee him a win, a spot rather, in the Royal Rumble, and obviously help his chances of winning the whole match as well. But certainly guarantee him a spot, which would be crucial for Kingston. Missing the drop kick there. At the moment, the New Day won't have to worry about too many teams lately. They're focused on the Royal Rumble, as are many teams here on Smackdown, but the New Day having a bit of an easier time with it in the tag team division after dealing with the OC and the Bar. Of course, the Shield as well, been around. Plenty of teams who have been at the top of the card over the last few months. And now the New Day have been able to stand tall as the pinnacle of them. Randy on top of the rope right now as Kofi Kingston trying to take advantage. Orton up top. This is not where he certainly shines. Oh! Flying cross body. You don't see that too often from Randy, but it works right there. Not a guy who you'll see at the top of the rope, but, well, if he's already up there, have another go, and Randy wants to do it again. Why not? There's the elbow. Well, you fly off the top once, and all of a sudden you think you're a cruiserweight and you can do it again. Well, Randy Orton seems to think so. Randy had a big chance to face Daniel Bryan in Bryan's, well, what would have been his comeback match. Instead, the Fiend took out Daniel Bryan, and we know Bray Wyatt and Bryan will face at the Royal Rumble one-on-one, and looking forward to that one. As Kingston working on the arm of Randy. And Bryan looking for that big comeback win, and the Fiend seems to hunt on the innocent, the weak, the guys that just a little bit vulnerable. The Fiend just loves that. He just loves to prey on anybody that is doubting themselves a little bit. Rey Mysterio was one, of course, with the size factor, but we'll talk more about that in the future. But the Fiend and Bryan looking forward to that one. Of course, the triple threat match for the WWE Championship as well. The loser will go to Raw. AJ Styles, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, triple threat match for the WWE Championship. That is huge. And of course, the implication, whoever gets pinned or submitted in the match goes to Raw. That just means things are a little bit more interesting. Not only could we have a new champion, but, well, Seth Rollins could get pinned and be sent over to Raw, which means no rematches, no nothing for Seth. Tough night potentially for him, but he needs to hang on to that championship ASAP. He needs to make sure that he wins that one quickly, gets out of there, survives, as Randy looking to win things now with his classical DDT. He has done that many a time. Randy Orton has beaten many men. He's set so many guys up with that DDT, finding the RKO. But right now, Kingston with a kick out, staying in it. Doesn't mean the RKO is not coming. There it is! Found it! RKO! But Randy didn't go for the cover. Not sure about that one. Orton out, picks up Kingston. With Kofi with a counter. Randy with a big mistake and the double foot stomp by Kofi. Kofi has escaped. He's just dodged a bullet. Very, very lucky there. Randy, I don't know what he was doing there. Kingston, trouble in paradise. Huge kick, but he doesn't go for the cover either. What are they doing? That's a missed opportunity. We're going to take a quick break in the match. We'll be back after this. Well, we mentioned a moment ago, but this is going to be a huge match for Daniel Bryan. His first match in a couple of seasons in Universe Mode. The Fiend will be back in action for the first time in a few months as well. This is going to be a war. Daniel Bryan looking to get his first win in a long time. The Fiend looking to hunt and dominate his prey again. It will take place at the Royal Rumble. I'm looking forward to that one. You know, we've been waiting to see Bryan back in action for a long time now. We learned a few months ago that he was going to return, and he's obviously taken his time to truly prepare himself for this comeback. But the Fiend has really stunted his progression. And Bryan looking to get himself back in the ring now that he's fully healthy and he's motivated to return. Looking forward to seeing what happens there. Let's hope Daniel Bryan is okay and ready to go. Obviously getting attacked by the Fiend not long ago last week. I mean, Bryan can't be 100% heading into the Royal Rumble. So, tough night potentially for Daniel. As Randy, standing drop kick, and he's caught Kofi and the referee. The referee caught in the crossfire there, as Kofi might have bumped into the ref, but Kofi Kingston, he's okay. The referee not so much. Well, that's okay. The referee back to his feet. Well, we breed him tough down here. We try and work hard to get our referees in top condition. You know, our referees sometimes have some visual issues, but at least they're strong. They're tough guys. They're able to get up even when they're hit with a drop kick. That's good to know. You take the good with the bad with the referees as the spinning neck breaker there. Swinging out Randy Orton, hitting the neck breaker, and now Kofi working his way back into this one. Hit the Trouble in Paradise before we went to the break. Nearly won the match. But both Randy and Kofi deciding to hit their best moves and not go for the win. I just personally couldn't understand it. I didn't get it, but it is what it is. Match continues. Orton taken over there by Kofi. Kingston's had Intercontinental Championship success in Universal mode, so he's been a champion as a singles, but the only problem is that was, well, 4 seasons ago, so it's been a long time. But this is why Kofi is really on, you know, really determined to get himself some respect once again as a singles competitor, because obviously it's been a long time since he had it. So he's determined to try and beat some of the big dogs here on Smackdown to at least let everybody know that he is the real deal again. Randy's trying to make an example, but right now Orton really wrenching the body of Kingston, putting a lot of pressure on. Kofi trying to keep going. So far, he's able to find a bit more offense in the corner here. Kingston flips Randy through the other side of the ring. And oh, connecting with a crossbody. Here we go again. Kofi to win it. Orton in trouble. And a kick out. Close encounter between these two. Both men having one eye on the Royal Rumble. Both want to win it. Kofi, beautiful. Nicely executed there. Kingston went for the Trouble in Paradise, but he just got it wrong, and he went for it again. Went for it the second time. One too many. RKO by Randy. Kingston missing it, and he's cost himself the match. Out of nowhere, really. I thought Kingston was going to win it, and then boom, RKO. I'm a little stunned. What just happened? All of a sudden, you know, this match is over. After we weren't sure where this was headed. It was even Stevens. Kofi went for the Trouble in Paradise. He missed it twice. RKO by Randy. He did not miss the RKO. And Randy, well, seals the deal, picks up the win. And we talked about McIntyre being a favorite for SmackDown. Well, Randy has just added himself to that list. Randy Orton, too good tonight. And he is going to be a real threat in the Royal Rumble. He's done it before. Can he do it again? Ladies and gentlemen, the Rumble's not too far away. Just a couple of weeks away until we have the Royal Rumble. Thank you for watching. I apologize for the lack of uploads, but it's just a busy period for me, but I'm trying my best to get a few more out for you. NXT coming up next. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next episode.